Free-to-play TOA teams. What a title. Today we're going to be talking about some early game teams for you, mid-game options, and some reasonable upgrades. Do I need to talk about why we're here? I don't think so, right? Probably not. But maybe just in case, I should. The 100 floors of Trial of Ascension are the best and most reliable source of rewards for new players. Frankly, for all of us. It's the only place where I can reliably get my all-attribute legendary scroll every month. So you need to be able to clear it. And that's enough of a segue into the first team that I'm going to talk about today. It's going to be Veramos, Verd, Fran, Lauren, and 2A Raok. Something incredibly important in Trial of Ascension is crowd control. Veramos provides that on skill 2. Lauren will bring decreased attack bar as well as defense break. Fran will make sure your team stays alive and is dishing out an apt amount of damage with attack buff. 2A Raok will keep your cooldowns low, and he also has a chance to pull Verd, who's going to be cycling you so many turns that the enemies are going to be just left in the dust. If you want even more crowd control, a great substitute for this team would be Second Awakened Spectra in lieu of Second Awakened Raok. He's got crowd control on skill 3, max HP scaling damage on skill 2. What more could you ask for? Paired with Veramos, that double max HP scaling damage just becomes great for bosses, especially floor 100. This next comp is kind of gimmicky, but it's near and dear to my heart, so I just wanted to bring it up. It's Fran, Second Awakened Raok, Verd, and then the Water Homunculus and Lapis, both ruined on Despair. Despair is important because both of those units have AoE hitting first skills. With Second Awakened Raok, you're going to be having a chance to bring both of them. And that's a lot of opportunities to stun. Then you can pair that with all the dots the Water Homunculus loves to put on enemy teams, and you'll just have kind of a fun way to climb TOA. Let's talk reasonable upgrades for a second. Tyron, the Water Sylph, makes everything related to Trial of Ascension better. He has a 19% speed lead you can use. You can pair him with Verd, Fran, Lauren, and Second Awakened Raok to have a fairly easy climb up. It's gonna be slow, but we want to clear. We're not building speed teams today. That's for later. Notably, Sigmaris and Jean both have usability in Trial of Ascension as well. Crowd control is the name of the game after all, and they both do it on skill 3, just in different ways. Let's talk about a couple mid to late game teams. If you happen to build a Tricko team before Abyss Dungeons were introduced, or maybe you're one of the few people who was crazy enough to build one today, I've got good news for you. You can use it here. Tricko is amazing for climbing TOA normal before they restrict duplicates in TOA hard. With the exception of a couple floors, for instance, anytime you see Sion, the Water Joker, he can kind of be the bane of this team, especially considering that bombs ignore defense and Tricko is just defense.
You will learn a system of self-defense that I developed over 2 seasons of fighting in the octagon. Break the wrist, walk away.
Jeez.
And I have also seen it lose to Drogon, the Dark Inferno, whose name admittedly I did not know until I went to make this script. I already have a guide on how to rune up an Ikaru for the Tricko comp if you're interested in making one for yourself. That's the How to Rune Ikaru video. But if you don't want to do that and you do have some remnants from your dot team, then you can make something kind of similar to it for Trial of Ascension. You can use Jean, Sath, Thrain, Raok, and Tatu and make a pretty reliable dot team for Trial of Ascension. You just can't use it on boss floors because the bosses are immune to dots. I find that the Water Homunculus is also great on this team instead of Tatu. The only thing that you'll need to be wary of is him reducing attack bars on skill 2, because it can kind of get a little annoying when those monsters that you've got tons of dots on don't actually get to their turn fast enough, because you want them to get taken down by the dots and they're just sitting there getting their attack bar reduced. So just be aware of that, but he is a great addition. Alternatively, you can also use something like Mav to make sure that your cooldowns are continually getting refreshed. Welcome to the bonus segment that I'm calling, If You Have Them, You Should Probably Think About Using Them. First, you know him, you love him. It's Garo, the Fire Ninja. Garo is specifically helpful on the double Achroma floor. To this day, he is the best way to clear this floor. You put him on Vampire and you just let him go. He just needs enough speed to make sure that he's cycling ahead of the Achromas. But if you can do that, then you're all clear. Alternatively, you can use a really tanky Veramos, Basalt, or Camuls, the Dark Elemental, to clear this one. Next, a few Nat 5s that I just need to mention. Rika, Charlotte, Varad. Again, it's the if you have them, you should probably think about using them category. This is not a demand. You don't need them, but if you got them, you should probably think about using them. They pair really well with things that reduce cooldowns like the Dark Homunculus, Mav, or Second Awakened Raok when he uses team-up effects. There are so many Nat 5s that I could throw in here that could help you on TOA but aren't entirely necessary. The one that I wanted to shout out here, because I also talked about it on the top 10 Nat 5s for new players, is Chungpung, the Wind Art Master. Took every ounce of willpower to not call him the Paint Boy.
Let's decide, maybe there's a happy tree.
So many people see Chungpung and just think PvP, but it's just not the case. His kit is great for TOA. Those are all the teams and units that I'm going to talk about in today's video, but if you have a team that you love and you think people would enjoy, be sure to leave it in a comment down below. I'd love to see more team options, and it's always great to help folks. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.